Pray God for the business. One as usual, we ask God that you make that business, let this business be fruitful. Let's shake the hand, let's shake the mouth, share the ideas. We ask you to help us to come to happy in Jesus' name. Amen. Remain standing for all.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. I certainly thank everyone for coming out this evening to be a part of our monthly civic meeting. First of all, I just wanted to open this space with, some of us are new board members, and I wanted to take the wife and go into the meeting. I want each one of the board members to stand and identify themselves, so you know who we are going forward. So, Mr.
My name is Sonny Harris. I'm a member of
Good evening. I am Elsie Harris. I am a life member at Seatack, born and raised. They can't put me out. I'll be here for life. I'll be here for life. I'm a member of New Jerusalem Church of God in Christ. Hi, my name is Chester Mangum. Everybody knows me as Daddy. I am Seatack born and raised. I don't live in the community, but Seatack is my home and will always be my home. I am from Asbury Christian Fellowship. Good evening. My name is born and raised.
Good evening, I'm Randy Riddick. I'm a board member here and I'm a resident of Seatack.
Leslie Benjamin, board member, 69 years, Seatack resident.
Kurt Clark, board member, Seatack resident, a transplant, military retiree, and life member. I go to New Jerusalem Ministries.
I'm Donnie Gregory, famous known as the Gregory Brothers, you know what I'm saying? I'm a lifelong member of Seatack here for 68 years, 1 year shy less. And I'm the brand new president going forward, and so far it's been a mighty ride. Thank you.
I'm Judith Brandon, board member. I've been a president for about 20 years.
Why don't you give all our board a big hand? We certainly thank you for coming out tonight. We've been doing some interesting things since taking over as president. I have to admit, a week ago, I've been living in Seatack all my life. This was my first time formally meeting the American Legion. They invited me as new president to come and have a word with their organization. And I tell you, it humbled me in a mighty way. The men in our community are still holding up the banner, civic and the community aid. And certainly it was a joy being in their presence. Living right here in the military community, I never went in the military, but in the 60s, at the height of the Vietnam War, I was a boy anywhere age from 4 until 12 years old. And we used to stand out at the corner of Howard's Creek and watch the military men. I guess they were being deployed or they was coming back home from Vietnam, and they would go down to Camp Pendleton for practice. I didn't know that Camp Pendleton was a Marine base. I thought it was Army. They said Camp Pendleton was Marine and Fort Story was Army. And, but I didn't know, now I'm confused, because they all look like they had on the same kind of uniform. And we used to just stand out there and wave at them, and do an honor roll for me like that. And then one day, one of the gentlemen of our community, he was a very, very popular guy, and he went to Vietnam, and he lost his life. And I remember the community being so sad. His name was Alan Wheat. And you know, that's very vivid in my mind. And so I always tell this story because it's important to me. And then I did a 38-year career in government. I went in as an apprentice meat cutter, cut on the blocks for 26 years. And in the last 12 years of my career, I went into management. I did 8 years at Little Creek, and I did the last 4 years at Oceana. And when I was at Little Creek, I was the meat manager, and they used to have competitions. They used to have competitions who would make the most money in a given month. It looked like I always won those winning. And they asked me, said, who do you want to give your winnings to? What charity? I said, oh, no, give it to anybody. And, you know, I wasn't into all that. It was getting where like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a shot. That was a pretty big deal. And so they sent me TDY to Fort Sam Houston in Texas. And this was during the time of Hillary Clinton when she was the Secretary of State, Barack Obama's organization. And they sent me to Fort Sam Houston, where they had just opened that military hospital. And the meat managers program site was in close proximity to the hospital. And then you had a food court right up the street within walking distance. And I said, when I got finished with the training in lunch break, I said I would walk over to the hospital and maybe have a word of prayer with the with the men that had just come home from war. And I went in there, Mr. Remy, and you know what, man, that changed my life. When I saw what I saw, I always had respect for military men, but that changed me inwardly. That I didn't, you know, that somebody would sacrifice their life for me to do what I did in America on a day-to-day basis. I saw men with their limbs blowed off, kids, scattered, young men, and they looked like that they were just happy to get along. The parents was there, and I remember somebody had to pray for me when I left from over there, went to lunch, like everybody was over there. Long story short, I came back home, and I went to my CO of the commissary division, and I told him, tell Star Angus Beef that I no longer want them to give my winnings to anybody, but give my winnings to the wounded warriors. And that organization I support right now, me and my brothers, when we do production, we sing too for money, but those funds we donate to the wounded warriors. I think y'all can do that. And when I went in that Sunday, and then Thompson's wife, his sister, and the rest of the guys from the community, the very believing, it just brought back so many memories. And this was the clock down here. It just made me feel good. We'll get started with our meeting tonight, and we will start our meeting off tonight with we have a Seatack community. We have the Seatack community crime report, and we have the new and the famous new captain on precinct 2, none other than Brad Whistler. Let's give it over to him.
Full of pressure on when you call me famous, so hopefully I'll live up to it.
Also joining me this evening is the supervisor of our precinct crimes unit, the 2nd Precinct, Sergeant Cronk. So if you have any questions, we can assist you with a little bit further details on certain things. So as I came to my first meeting last time, I felt like I came at the right time. I got to learn a little bit about your community and how it's structured. And then I got to enjoy the news story that you participated in. And I just want to make sure when we give this monthly report that we're giving you information that you want. So I just want you to know as I come into this, it's very open-ended. Whatever information you want us to hunt down or provide for you, we're willing to do. Just if you have any feedback, let me know. Last month, a couple of things we do want to report is that we did a partnership with the Virginia Beach Public Schools, and we went to the Atlantis neighborhood and to Friendship. We brought our trusty friend, the snow cone truck, and he gave us an opportunity to go out with the school members and register new students and also interact with the community. So we had a good event at both neighborhoods. We did over 300 snow cones that day, so I think it's a great opportunity to interact with the children of that community. And to follow up on it, we like to use events. June 1st, we'll be offering an opportunity for 30 school-age children to join us. We'll take them on a bus. We'll provide lunch, thanks to Mark at Zeros. And we'll take them to the USS Ford, talking about military, and we'll give them a tour of the carrier. So I think it's a very unique opportunity that I've lived here my whole life, and I've not had that opportunity, so I might be joining them that day. But it's a great opportunity to give them an opportunity to see the military and all they have to offer and see a ship from the inside. So we'll do a guided tour of that. We'll bring them back, and we'll look for our next event. Some special events I kind of spoke about last time is we had the Odyssey concert series. That was the end of April. It turned out to be very well attended. I think it was a little bit smaller than anticipated. I think the weather, if I had to guess, played a part in that. As we stood out on the beach, it was maybe 40, 50 degrees, and people weren't too happy about the temperatures. So we'll keep building on that. But looking forward, we have a great couple of events coming up. We have Memorial Day, which is always the unofficial start of summer, so everybody gets a nice 3-day weekend, hopefully. But we have some community events and some oceanfront events that we'll have, followed by the Jackalope, Point Break. We have a bunch of festivals that weekend that'll bring a lot of tourists to the oceanfront. But everything seems to be going well in your community. Not a lot of crime. Actually, numbers are looking really good. If you watched the news recently, I was glad they finally did a story on this. We've been asking this for a long time, and the good sergeant will give you some details. But one of the biggest problems we have in our community right now is guns falling into the hands of people that shouldn't have bought them or shouldn't have them. And what we're finding is that they're being stolen from cars that are often unlocked. So they did a news story recently, and 2 of our neighboring jurisdictions were actually in the top 10 for the whole country. And what they're saying is it's 3 times more illegal guns are being stolen than we've ever seen before. And those are obviously being used in crimes and things like that. We have a lot of technology to help track those and track to put the right people in jail. But we just remind everybody in the community to lock their cars, make sure they're secure. If you don't need it, or if you can bring it inside and lock it up, that's always the best thing. That's a big catalyst to a lot of our crimes in our areas, gun violence. So if anything we can do to keep those guns off the street is something we're doing. But that's pretty much all we have. Everything's kind of trending in the right ways, we like to say. Crime is down in most major areas. Are there any questions or any concerns that me or the sergeant can assist you with now, or not, we can stay after as well? Yes, ma'am.
What about the traffic? How does that impact the residents? I know you have more events than we had before.
Yes, we do. So good things are is we always upstaff, and we try to have a very comprehensive traffic plan. Some of these are new, and we try to learn as we go. So for Point Break Festival, we're expecting anywhere from 10 to 15,000. That's going to be a nighttime show. And we're also, something I think is pretty interesting, is we're using the north end of the oceanfront and the south end. So we're kind of spreading them out. But traffic is always a problem. We don't expect any major delays, but if we do, we'll make sure we advertise that so you're well aware. But we're trying to use the 17th Street corridor a little bit more than the 19th Streets to try to spread it out a little bit. But if you're noticing problems, let us know when and where. We can always address that for you. But 4th of July, I would tell you that's going to be a bad one. Watch out for that. Yes, ma'am.
I just have a question. I've noticed lately, is it or not, that parking lot where the Dollar General is in the AutoZone?
Yes.
So a couple times I've come home late, like I'm working late, and there's 2 tractor trailers there. One's marked, one's unmarked, and they're back to back, and they're moving stuff from one to the other. And I'm thinking, the police station's right there. Surely somebody has seen this.
Is it in the parking lot for the dollar? We'll look in that one. I'm not aware of anything. But I do remember your last complaint. I have a meeting with the manager of the sports complex and the convention center to talk about the parking issues that you raised last time. So I'm going to meet her. I was supposed to meet her today. Hopefully I could have had a report for you, but I'm going to meet with her tomorrow and kind of talk about the parking and parking in the Dollar General where they're being towed. Yeah. They're going to tow from that parking lot, but we're going to try to put some better signs up. You don't know, and Councilman Worth could help me with this, is signs are very restrictive in the city of Virginia Beach, so it's quite a process to get a new sign put up, but we'll do what we can to try to address that issue for you. But we'll see, we'll look into that one.
Just drive down there about 7 o'clock
At night or in the morning?
at night.
Okay, moving stuff back and forth?
Mhm.
See what we
And
can.
one truck is not marked at all, and the other truck, I don't even know what it says, it's got stuff on it, but it just seems strange to me.
Always.
Parking lot close to the street, they not near store, they not behind store, they on the front, and you just drive up like, they're moving stuff.
See if we
And
can.
it wasn't like I saw it once or twice, I've seen it on a regular basis.
We'll look into that, see if we can find out. All right, thank you.
But don't use my name.
Well, you took it all away from me now. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
It was, I don't know who the professionals, but some of the community, I know like East Fourth Street, saying that, is it a law or anything that, you know, people that walk their dogs, and they allow their dogs to go into the garden and do business? Is that lawful or can you ask a person that did their dog?
You can, and it's an interesting thing we're trying to address at the issue front. It could be trespassing depending on the situation. It can be littering. So if you're having that problem, it is something that it's not commonly used, but technically it is a couple violations of some laws depending on the situation. But
Well, I mean, other than just going to ballistic on a person, what's the best way to handle that?
don't do that one, please. No. You can always call us on a non-emergency number, and once we know about things, we can always come out. If we don't hear from your community, or we don't hear from problems on your street, or the truck, unless we hear at a meeting like this, if you don't call, we don't know. So we always encourage you to just see it, get a description. I wouldn't confront them. Things always get out of hand from simple scenarios. Just call the non-emergency number. It's 385-5000 and get a description. We can always try to talk to them and get some voluntary compliance. And I know it's not a favorite job to do, but you own the dog. It's part of the job you got to do. So. But yeah, definitely we could help you with that. Anything else?
Can you repeat the number again, just in case?
Absolutely.
Always call 911 if it's an emergency, but we have a non-emergency number. It's 385-5000. And a good number if you ever have like information questions. I mean, it can even do with parking, some other things. Is you call 311. That's another great resource that we have that really connects you to a lot of things. Actually, the police officers use it more than they call into their dispatcher. It's quicker and they have better information. So 311 is always a great opportunity too.
And one more thing.
Of course.
All parking on the street is legal because it's public street.
For the most part, yes. If there's a scenario, you might need to get more details. But most parking on the street, unless it's prohibited by sign, you're parking the right way, and there's something you get to park so close to the curb, and no fire hydrants and things like that. If you have a specific problem, we can look at it. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think asking about parking on the street, is that when there's no sidewalks, there seems to be a lot of people parking
In front of their driveway or just their house? Okay. They can do that. I'd like to see it to fully commit, but I feel like if they're just parking on the street, I know curb kind of helps delineate your property line, but yes, parking on a public street is legal, and when they park in front of your house, it's kind of open to the public, if I've answered it.
Well, if the parking is so narrow, how would be in the road? I mean, it's so narrow that with the car.
Which street, do you mind telling me what street it is, and I can go look?
Yeah, I don't know if the car there right now.
Is it your car?
The one I'm referring to is on Hughes.
Hughes, let me look at it, and I'll get back to you. I'll see it. There's a lot of anonymity in this group. Okay, we can look at that. That's easy.
What
Yes,
is
sir.
the distance between the curb
Ooh,
and the college? Foot from the curb?
I knew you were going to ask me a trick question.
So it's just starting on. And so, like, I put up a little thing, people run over it all the time and knock it out of the way. So, and people just arbitrarily, somewhere in front of your house, in front of other people's.
Right, just what's available. I'm going to look at it and I'll get back to you. Anything else? I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to look. Usually they give me a cheat sheet.
Yeah, of course.
I think it's 18 inches, but I'm pretty wrong. Yeah, it's close.
I live in Oceana, rural, every day is full.
Yeah.
There's a house next door to me.
Okay.
Spots been there, I couldn't get in my yard. Police come all the time. My car got shot up.
Wow.
And my neighbors have homeless people living in the back of their yard in sheds. They got a camper, they living in there. And I think I seen some illegal transactions today when I was getting out my car.
Give me the address. We can.
1833 Riddle Avenue.
Riddle, 1833. Okay. Write it down. We'll look into it. I'll see what they have going on right
Yeah,
now.
look back to this.
It makes me more curious. The SWAT's been there that they might have bigger things going on.
It is a bigger thing.
1833 Riddle.
Because they came and looked at my doorbell camera to see if I saw the orange Challenger that was doing the shooting.
Okay. We can look at that.
The kids were shooting up one there.
Good thing. I don't think it's been anything recently, has it? Maybe living.
Not recently.
Okay, good. We don't like the transactions, though. We want to address that. 1833. You got it. Huh? Turn it back over to you, sir. All right. Thank you.
Let's give them a big hand.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna take a minute this right here because a young man who is born and raised in this community must be in town living with his mother, and he's a good friend of ours, Mr. Robert Johnson. Mr. Robert Johnson, will you take the bow, Mr. Robert Johnson? Let everybody see Robert Johnson. Stand up, Rob. Stand up. Y'all give Robert Johnson a big hand. He's a home boy. Thank you so much. At this time, we're going to hear from the Seatack Recreation Center, Mr. Greg Furby, who's recreation specialist under the staff.
Good evening, everyone. I'm actually filling in for Brandy Gainey, who is the building supervisor. If I haven't met you, good evening, everyone. My name is Greg Farabee. I'm filling in for Brandy Gainey, who is the building supervisor. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it in, but she left some notes for me to cover. So I'm going to take just a few minutes of your time. Let me know if you have any questions. Just a brief reminder, everyone, that we are offering quality services here at Seatack. We want you to come out and recreate with us. If you ever have any questions about memberships or what you need to do, or fee waivers or youth scholarships, I actually left applications for reduced fees for families and also for youth scholarships. So if you have any questions about that, let me know or stop by the front desk. And that's very helpful if you have youth that want to get here, but they don't have the means to. So that's actually an opportunity for them to have a reduced fee, and families as well. As far as our memberships and our services, pickleball is very popular. We're offering pickleball programs. We have beginner clinics. We have feeder clinics. We actually have a couple tournaments coming up this summer. If you're interested in pickleball, please make sure you stop by the front desk and stop by and talk to one of our recreation specialists in the gym office. Her name is Catherine, and she oversees that program. As far as the weight room, that's my baby. I'm actually in the process of working on new equipment. I'm working on new equipment for the weight room and for the gymnasium. A lot of the equipment that we have now is outdated, and I'm working on getting that stuff replaced and trying to bring new and innovative programs here to Seatack. So probably in the next few months, be looking for that. And if you have any questions or anything that you would like us to offer, let me know. Any type of workout equipment, classes, let me know about that as well. As far as, I need my readers now. As far as our programs, I actually left some flyers on the table. Just a quick reminder, we have a blood drive tomorrow, 2 to 6 p.m. It's going to be in the gymnasium. For all of our pickleballers, just reminding that the gym's going to be closed during that time. I know there's a few of you that play pickleball. We're starting to offer a craft program and a knitting program. The craft program is on Fridays, and the knitting program we're going to start a few weeks on Saturday. But both flyers are on the table for that as well. Just a brief reminder, we do offer Forever Young as well. Forever Young is for our senior participants. We offer Mahjong. There may be a few of you that play that. There are actually two different types of Mahjong, so we have two different groups that actually participate in that. One participates here in the NPR, and the one participates in the annex. As far as memberships, if you have any questions about rates, let me know. Now, we do offer memberships through insurance as well. So just a brief example, there's Silver Sneakers, there's Renew Active, and Silver and Fit. So basically what you would have to do, guys, is go back to your medical companies or insurance companies and find out if they actually offer that. And if they do offer, what they'll do is they'll approve on their end, and then they'll give you a verification code. And what you'll need to do is stop by the front desk. Once you get the verification code, they're going to reduce or waive your membership, and your insurance will cover your memberships here. We also offer 30-day memberships. We offer non-resident. You guys should be pretty familiar with the resident fees, but a typical resident fee is $112. Day passes for adults, $10 for youth, $8. If you want a monthly fee, you're looking at $25. If you're a non-resident, you're looking at $47. As far as the aquatics end, they actually have a couple new classes that they want me to make sure that I cover. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they have an adult swim workout. That's from 6:45 to 7:30 p.m. Participants must be able to swim 100 meters of a freestyle stroke. Okay, 100 meters at least. You got to be able to do that. So basically, this program's going to kind of be like a adult swim team. And then also, they're offering a deep water fitness class. One of the pool supervisors wanted me to make sure that I noted that the community members and Civic League actually requested this type of class or a similar class, which will run June 10th until the 26th on Mondays from 12:45 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. He wanted me to make sure that we express that we really want the community to be engaged in this program and support as much as possible. And actually, the program is free. So it's a free program as well. So both swim programs are free. The only catch is you got to have a membership or a day pass.
So the one that's at night,
Yeah.
The fitness one, hey, yeah,
The fitness one is going to be a class. Now,
right,
I know they've been working hard to even create a fitness class here in the pool. So I'm thinking this is just going to be at the cusp of maybe something new that we're going to offer. So that's going to be maybe the first class, and then we're going to see how that goes and maybe start offering other ones at different times of the day. So I think they want to.
like 4 weeks from what's the time again?
So you're looking at Monday. You talking about the Monday class?
The deep water,
Deep water is the 10th of June through the 26th of August. August,
So I'll be after. What time frame?
12:45 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. And then the adult swim league will be Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6:45 to 7:30 p.m. And 6:45 p.m. to 7:30. And the only catch, that's like the adult swim program or swim league, yes. The other one's gonna be a deep water fitness class where there's gonna be fitness instructors that come out and instruct. Tuesdays and Thursdays. I believe it starts. Yes, 16th.
I can swim, I just can't swim. I didn't swim.
Anybody interested in the adult swim league program?
Mr. Kirby, thank you so much for this detailed information that you gave us. I'm very concerned or I'm interested in our students having access to our rec center. I do know now that Virginia Public School has a program called eligibility vision, in that those students go to certain schools for reduced lunch. They're gonna get other amenities. So back in the day, I don't know if you still have it at the rec center, gave those students vision or deductible or no discount to come to the rec center. Would that still be implemented? And I ask this because I've had some parents that call me and say that they're going through a lot of paperwork just to get their child in. They're telling the parents to go down to social services, get paperwork, go back to the school, get the paperwork. And I just want to know, have we made that more user friendly? Because when summer comes, our students need to have somewhere to go. And this is one of the best places I know, even though we consider we need to have more, what we have here, we want them to be able to get to be accessible. So are you making that process a little bit more user friendly? Or is that something you're working on?
That's something that we're working on, but we have done membership drives, and the reduced lunch is a qualifier for the reduced fee membership. So if you know anyone, I can give you my card. They can reach out to me, and I can make sure personally that I link them with the front desk, and we can make it a smooth process.
Because see, I have a problem with getting in, and I do know that the students on swim program was initially for both of those students. Our schools that students are getting reduced money. They have no problem. Thank you. I will get your card. We have more conversation about it.
Yes, ma'am.
Are they still giving the money from, it's in the land?
Fairstead?
There's
No. No, that was talking about the program through our Youth Opportunities Office. No, but there's still opportunities through the youth scholarship and the reduced fees for them to come over. That money was set aside for programming and to actually assist with the memberships. But we've always done the reduced fees and the youth scholarships. What happened? I don't want to dive too far into it because that's not my youth opportunities is very different from the recreation center. A lot of you guys probably remember Mr. Ken, who was here. That's his baby. But there are a lot of parameters that involve that money about things that they want to see as far as from their program aspect that may not link up with what we're trying to achieve or do right now. Or may limit us to where we can go to reach out. Because I want to reach out and touch everybody in Seatack. Sometimes, I mean, Atlantis needs it as well, but I'm a firm believer in, we got to try to reach out as much as possible. So there's other target areas around Seatack that need a hand too. So I don't want to dive too deep into that, but that's where it is now.
What are the operations as far as doing sections of the, say I have 3 or 4 kids want to practice basketball. You have opening or
Just get in contact with me. Basically, what I would do is I'll check the calendar of programs to see what's available. And then if it's available and we're not impacting a lot of participants, then we can work on renting the
so
gym.
you don't have just an open slot at no time.
No, so because our programs vary and they're offered at different times. So one Saturday may be available. The next Saturday we may have a gym rental or something going on. So if you know in advance about dates, it's better to get with me as soon as possible. That way we can block them out and you have a better opportunity of renting the space. But yes, we do rent the gym. I believe it was 4 to 6 weeks. Uh-huh. Yep. So basically, what we've decided to do with that is, even at our end date, we're going to do some pop-up classes. So say, for instance, the first 4 are great or a success. We'll continue to do them and just do pop-ups here and there. So that way we can keep building on the program. So it may be a 4-week or 6-week block, but we can still continue the program as long as it's successful.
Is it just
The instructor can crochet or knit. She does both. She's good. She had a successful craft night with a group of parents and kids this past Friday. So it was very successful. Yep, Saturday mornings, 9:30 to 11:30.
Any more questions from Mr. Irvin?
Thank you, guys. Hey guys, I have handouts and I have things you can take. Please take as many as you can. Bumper stickers, notepads. Please take.
Yes. Next to 3, we have for District 6. Mr. Williams, let's give him a hand.
Thank you, Mr. Gregory. Good evening, everyone. Thanks. First, I want to compliment all the board members. I think I count 12 or 13 here in attendance. I think that's great. I've been coming to meetings since early 2020, and in the crowd too. So I want to compliment you, Mr. President, for your full board here in attendance. I am Worth Remick. I'm your District 6 City Council member. We have 11 members of City Council. I'm in District 6, which is this area, Laskin Road to the resort. I'd like to talk about 3 things tonight. The first 2 are related to the budget and improvements here to the community, and the third one is to talk about future potential development close by around the convention center and the sports center. So you may know that tomorrow night, City Council will be voting for a budget. At this point, I don't know the results yet because we have not taken the vote, but I predict that the vote will be to approve of this budget. The good news is that Seatack is going to be recognized. There will be 2 signs in this budget that have been approved once we vote tomorrow night. Each sign is about $30,000 a piece. They are brick signs. It's a much better sign than what is out now on Bird Neck Road. We need to pick 2 locations, we meaning this community, on that location. So before I go any further, I forgot to tell you about a month ago, I did meet with your board here in the annex, and we talked about these signs. We talked about the budget, and we talked about the second thing that I want to talk about tonight, and that's Seatack Park. And I don't think you can see this, but I'm going to come back later and have a bigger diagram of what's potentially could go on there. But at this meeting in the annex last month, we did talk about the signs, so that will be approved. We just need to meet with folks at the city and pick a location. Will be likely city property, so we, the city, will have to approve of that location. So the second thing is what we've been talking about, what I've been talking about for years now, what you've been talking about, and that is improvements to Seatack Park. And we talked about it in the annex, and I'm just going to tell you everything that I know. I'm going to be as transparent as possible because I think there's a path here, and hear me out here. So right now you have an entrance to Seatack Park. It's very limited in parking. You have no restroom there. You do have a facility there, maybe a place to sit under a wooden structure, and you have a basketball court. If you go north of there, at the suggestion of your board here, if you go north of there, across from the entrance to the animal control board, if you can see this, you can't see it, I don't think, there's a yellow line. But my point here is that we the city would move the entrance to Seatack Park north to almost to the northern part of the park, where you can turn left into the park if you're going south on Bird Neck Road. So you can have access going south from Bird Neck Road, and then of course you turn right in if you're going north on Bird Neck Road into almost to the northern part of the park. We would put in parking there, maybe 50 parking spots, and a restroom, a men's and women's room. So what we're going to do is we are going to have another meeting. They call this a design charrette. It's a meeting, hopefully a meeting of the minds, and we will put into writing, we'll have a design done from our Parks and Rec, and we'll all kind of sign off on it and agree to it with a restroom, parking, and the director of Parks and Recreation told me last week, maybe put in a couple more things like a shelter or maybe some playground equipment, nothing big. We don't want to impact the ball field, but that would be a place, and I heard you loud and clear, and I wanted to make this clear with the city management and the manager, that this would be a true place for this community to meet, not just a couple of parking spaces, but you can have community meetings there. And so once we get that design, I'll probably come back here, but we want to get that design priced out, an estimate for that work to be done, and then it's up to me, your council member, to go get my friends on city council to approve. This will probably be close to $3 million. And so it's not in the budget tomorrow night, but my path is to go to and ask for the money from the Tourist Investment Program, aka TIP. This is close enough to the oceanfront that I would make the case that this is close enough to the oceanfront to serve our tourists, our residents, and the whole community. And so that's not Parks and Rec, that's the Tourist Investment Program. And I need 5 other friends, and so I think this is the year to do it. Those of you who are in this room for the mayor's debate or presentation a couple months ago, well, that's 3 friends right there because they told you they would support this community. I think we're going to put them on record this year, and I'm going to put some other people around that table who I know are going to support this. And I know I'm going out way over my skis tonight, promising you all this. And if we can't get it done this year, I don't know, because I think this community, and I want to compliment this community for coming to the budget meetings and talking about this community and the Seatack Park. And then we're also going to talk with Parks and Recreation about this building. Let's go one at a time. Let's go to Seatack Park. But while we're at this, we're going to talk about expanding this because, what did I just say? This could be the pickleball and the swimming pool and the other meeting rooms here. This could be attractive also for tourists. So let's consider the tourist investment program, not Parks and Rec, not the general fund. So I'm laying it all out there. That's my plan. It's not in tomorrow night's budget, but it's on my plan for this year because this is an election year. I'm not up on the ballot, but some of our friends are, and so we'll see how good. I'm putting the burden on them too, because I can't do it by myself. So that's those two things. We'll come back for questions after. The third thing, as I mentioned, so I can't say what projects right now, but look in the paper or look on council meetings, and you'll see some presentations on several areas around the convention center for projects that council will take up and either approve or disapprove or modify or whatnot. You all will be invited to participate in those discussions. So more on that as they come about. They're not public yet, so that's why I can't say I think they would be good for the city. So with that, I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. But any questions? So can you refresh how do we?
With the honorary, it says don't city manager that doesn't require agreement. Try to change the industry, all the residents on that street have to agree to the name change.
Okay.
But if we pick a honorary, it's just an honorary name, but it goes on the street.
Okay.
That might be easier to get it.
So that's a great point, Tammy. So let's pick. Well, can we pick a street in this community? Pick a street, and then we'll go and press forward on that.
That the board, they can do it.
I think that's a good idea. Yep.
I don't think no street in Seatack will good enough for somebody else. I mean, if you don't do a street, you create your own street. But I don't know no street where it's growing. But that's part of the history of Seatack.
Still honorary.
We just got standing up that, we're gonna say no.
It's like the Martin Luther King sign Boulevard.
So what we can do is we can set up a meeting and have them explain what this is before you make any decisions.
It's a really, so all of the talk that we were discussing in the beginning, as far as the amenities for Seatack Park, it sounds like you alluded to the north end section of the park being the more favorable way or way.
That's your, I mean, I agree with you. That's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, the other piece of that is, I'm not saying that for them to elongate the process. I was talking about an immediate ingress to the park, in which it don't take 20 years, 10 years, it don't take $5 million for an ingress to go into the park. And we will manage our own park so that we can get back to business as usual as far as utilizing that park in a way that we're accustomed to. And so if the city, they're going to prolong the process because you're asking for 50 parking lots, 50 parking spaces, and the other things you're asking for. Can you ask them for that immediate solution?
Oh, yes.
That immediate solution, because I know 2 families right now that want to go out there and do like they've been doing all our life, as far as utilizing the park in a major way.
Okay.
And so, let them know that, we're not looking for them to stay away and hold it up because they're discussing the $5 million that I don't think the city won't do for us no way. But just let us give us an ingress and let us get back to business as usual like we've always done all our life.
Okay.
So I mean, that's my position. I think that's the minimum position. You know, we want to get back into that partnership and enjoy ourselves. I know I do. I got a big family. We won't have to go on the creek. We come out and enjoy ourselves. And you just let us, we should put a full dog leg. Put a full dog leg down one. We get them on the cars in there. We still got room to utilize, put up big tent, put up a stage, have something good to them. Like we always have.
I'll ask.
Make that happen.
Yep. Well, I'll try. I
That's an easy
can't-
fix.
Expansion. And good parking spots, that parking is a great idea. And parking spots, small lot, parking lot. Basically, smaller than the parking lot, making a big parking lot to a small park. So my question is, I know back there in the woods, back there going back further, is that accessible to Seatack Park? The purchase or add on to the park, either cut the woods out or whatever, because we used to have it. In order to cook outside. The whole big thing was parking at one time, we could get around parking, just open up that gate, cut that pole down, bring the car. And then get more room into the parking lot, or expand the parking lot. If we expand that park out, we can, like you said, you'll get more activity. We don't have any problem trying to bring activities and send the tourists. But I'm just looking at it. If you're saying 50 parking spaces, that means that park is small. With a smaller park, it's not going to be making no headway. When I'm saying headway, I'm not saying that you're not doing a good job, not discrediting what you're doing by granting 50 spaces. But once you get 50 parking spots, that means as far as that's when kids ain't going to have anywhere to play. They're not going to have anywhere to run around. And if you do have a cookout like that, we're not going to have any place to bounce. So, because they have 50 parking spaces, from the running of the kids and that.
So we are setting up a meeting to meet with Parks and Rec and actually the city manager to go over what we want exactly in there. We meaning you want exactly in there. There's a case, yeah, if you use it just for parking, every so often, why put in 50 spaces? We'll have to ask that question, and then we'll also ask about the immediate access.
What is that?
But expanding the park, yeah, there's trees everywhere.
Yeah, well, I'm just talking at the trees at the back.
At the back, right.
At the back, that expands the park out further. I know you got houses on the left, and then houses on the right, and you got houses on the left, but going back further.
See that green space?
That's what I want to know, is that accessible to us?
Right.
How far can we go back?
Don't be back up against March.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
The city manager asked me about this, and I said I didn't know. So here we are.
We addressed that, we need that certain large point.
Yes.
And we felt like we wanted our own part.
Right.
But we do have a little bit of greenery that we are using. There is a plan that we put together and, we're working on getting it, but there is a plan to have other things out there, but it's a little bit of greenery that we can cut down, but if we go any further, we're gonna be on Marsh Point, and we want our own thing. So that's why we're trying to.
That's what I told him, that you all did not want to be a part of another.
The city manager did have some solutions talking about the fact that we couldn't use the parking at the animals to the SPCA. And he said that we can now use that has been cleared up and working in partnership with the police department wants to put in a crosswalk to cross the street. I don't know if that's what people want, but that's an immediate solution to the problem while you're still working on figuring out what you're gonna do to
Well, I'd rather take the $30,000 or $40,000 and make the ingress. You got money to do an ingress or anything?
That's what I would think.
We can put an ingress so we can go into the park immediately and park ourselves until we figure out how you will give us the money
Right.
to do what we want to do inside.
Right.
That $40 million, $40,000.
Right.
That they can put into the dog.
You also have, you have $75,000 as well from last year.
Yeah, if you got that kind of money available, and tell them don't plant no more trees right at that little entrance right there, because that's gonna be another problem.
Right.
The trees will grow big and it's gonna cost you, I mean, you said $100,000 cut tree down. You know, tell them don't plant no more. Not gonna do that by the interest. I look at it every day. I done took young folk out there, I done showed everybody the idea. Show the son in this crowd, and they like the idea, so we can get back to business. Out there entertaining and having a good time.
I'd love to help that.
And a few of us will go along with you to let them know the great idea. You think it's a good idea, I can tell you.
Right.
It's
We're good. Well, we're good. So we need to set up a meeting, which
that's
I will do.
cool.
Okay.
Any more questions? Thank you.
Let's give Mr. Ritter, give him
You have to meet on Thursday, you just call out your meeting.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, thank you. Got all that. So, District 6, we have a community meeting at VB Middle School this Thursday night. The doors open at 6 o'clock. I always start the meeting at 6:30, right on the nose, because it goes every bit of an hour and a half. We'll talk about any and all questions or concerns, issues. You get to ask me anything you want. Put me on the spot, but we'll talk about the state of road construction, Laskin Road, 18th Street, Atlantic Park, and then infrastructure, stormwater, flooding. So folks from the Public Works Department will be there to answer questions. This Thursday night's meeting starts at 6:30 and doors open at 6 o'clock, VB Middle School. Thanks.
We're talking about the land conference. At the land conference.
Thank you. Atlantic, thank you. Oh, the surf park under construction. And I do very well know the difference. But
Next on our list, we have, Centera, Amris. Great. Let's give her a hand, everybody.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Amaris Rayner. I am the practice manager for Centera Community Care, one of them. We have, oh gosh, probably almost 10 centers across Hampton Roads, and some in Richmond area, Henrico, Norfolk, and here in Virginia Beach. I am the practice manager of our mobile. We come here on Mondays from 3 to 5:30. On that mobile, we do offer practice PCP, which is your primary care. So we'll do anything from physicals to your vaccines, any type of acute services. We only take, it's not a free service, but I do want to address that because that has been a major issue with this program being started. A lot of people thought that it was free. It is not a free service, but we do take Medicaid and we do take uninsured. Now with the uninsured piece, we do have community health workers that will help anyone that needs the assistance with getting insurance, finding a job, or just in the everyday life. We have those assistants on the mobile and in our practices as well. So the purpose that I wanted to come here is to invite you all so you can see the mobile. However, it's not here tonight. It is being serviced. So I do apologize about that. But the next meeting, I'm going to have it parked out front so you all can see what it looks like, get familiar with it, just so people can get comfortable, and then advertise and help market so people that can't be seen, that can't go to the doctor, that don't have that transportation to get there, they have a mutual location that they can come to and get those services. I'm not going to hold you guys too long, but I do, if you guys have any questions, any concerns about anything, please feel free to ask. I know healthcare can be a broad statement, so yes, sir. We do sports physicals. So The main thing that we use right now, the mobile for, is events. However, we do go to certain sites. We go to Baker Road, the Mount on Baker Road. We're there on Wednesdays. We go to Seatack, well, here, Seatack, Rebirth. So we go to those churches, and we're just there. Anybody that walks up, that wants to be seen. So yes, sports visuals.
Because I'm the only asking references. High school teams coming up now, that's a big concern. Kids around this area, I know. I think the first thing they will holler at that.
Right.
TV because they can't get it.
Absolutely.
So I just want to throw this.
Sure. I will get clarification on that. We have done some physicals at schools for free. So the next meeting that I attend, I'll make sure that we get that so you guys know that that is one service that we can do for free. We have went to Newport News to do physicals for all sports. It doesn't have to just be for football or basketball. So even we can partner here at CTAC with the kids that are coming here after school that need to be seen or have physicals. We can do that as well.
So, Ms. Rayner,
Yes.
thank you for your service.
Yes, I do. Yes.
We appreciate it. So you mentioned vaccine. So will you do vaccination? Start school?
Yes.
Is that part of that?
Yes. So that if you want an event done here, so let's just say for conversation purposes, you guys want to host a back to school event here that that provides those physicals and vaccines. You'll just have to make that a part because most of the time they just do that just the school physical, and some school physicals don't include certain vaccines, but we can offer them. But we'll have to have paperwork and make sure that what those child has had and what they may need for school.
So will they need to bring that paperwork?
Yes, they'll have to bring. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
So and back on the vaccine, I know that some of us in the time when COVID, you get boosters and you get a certain age. Will you address the age factor vaccine that they come out as well for senior citizens?
Oh yeah. Yes, ma'am. So on our mobile, we have 2 medical assistants and a nurse practitioner that we typically try to travel with. So if you guys have questions or the community has questions about healthcare, that they're there to answer those questions.
But you connect with the Centera Hospital as well, right?
Absolutely.
Because if I go to Centera, I go anywhere, they plug my name and I come up, so you get my day.
We use the same system. We use the same system as Centera. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Any other questions?
I have a question. On the financial side, you said it's not a free service. So if you walk up to the mobile and are you refused service?
No.
Or?
So what will happen is our community health worker, they will assist you with the financial application. So now with any application, it's not always guaranteed that you're going to get approved. You could get denied, but we have not had a lot of patients that complain about getting denied. So it's just all about that paperwork and how you answer the questions, the resources, the information that they need. It's all about what you provide. So no, we don't turn away, but yes, we have to have those, yes, but we have to have that financial assistance packet completed so we can get you, situated within Centera. And once you're in with Centera, it doesn't change no matter what hospital or what doctor's office that you go to.
And the good part about it, you said you offer other services too.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Berkeley, which is in Norfolk. So there is an embedded clinic underneath the apartment complex right across the street from the Berkeley Center. So we have a walk-in clinic there. We serve on Saturdays, Monday through Friday. Hours vary, so we do have non-traditional hours. And then we also, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the men's shelter, which is called Union Mission off Virginia Beach Boulevard in Virginia, Norfolk. I'm the practice manager for that as well. So we actually, those men that are seen at that shelter, we see them through Centera. So it doesn't matter how they come in, their insurance, if they're there at that program, then they get to be seen through us. So there's a lot of services. It's really a great program. I want the community to be useful of it because a lot of people do not go to the doctors simply because they can't get there or they don't have the money or they don't have the resources. So I want I'm speaking to you guys so you all can speak to your friends, family, and say, hey, this is a great program. Try it out. Yes, ma'am.
I was just gonna say, I recommend it highly. My son's roommate passed away because he didn't go to the doctors because he didn't know, didn't have insurance, he was scared, and he didn't know where to go. He was only 32 years old.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay, just clarify, are you going to the hospital?
So we're all Centera. We're all under the same umbrella. We do have a Centera health plan, but it's all Centera. We're one Centera.
Because I applied for social students here, and I just see a letter saying that my social and expired. I said, I didn't want social students expired.
What did you say? What was it?
Social students. So,
Oh.
and I didn't realize that social students expired.
Silver sneaker.
Silver stick. Oh. I'm not familiar. I'm not too familiar, but I can find out about it and give you your information.
Because I had it for a while, and so when I walked and I applied for the GD. Yeah.
Okay.
Then I let her say, oh, the super students fine. I said, you let it fine.
Well, I definitely can.
go to market with the
I can try to get you some information and see what we can do about that.
And we got one last question
Yes.
for you. What type of identification would they need to bring in order to be seen?
So we like for everyone, if they have their insurance card, please bring it. Your ID, of course. A lot of people bring their birth certificate, social security card. You don't have to have those things, but at least your insurance card and photo ID would be ideal, just so we can verify you, and then we'll at least have the insurance information, so we can go ahead and plug that into our system as well. Any other questions?
Yes, it's over, mammogram, that's what we can get here.
I will check and see. I will say the mammogram bus, they busy. So I don't believe it's one of those services where, like how we are, we just go to different communities. I would recommend hosting an event. We just did an event Saturday, healthcare event, and the mobile mammogram was there. So the church members were able to sign up on that mobile and get seen, and we were there as well. So if anybody wanted to get seen, we did. And health screenings. That is one of the major things that a lot of people ask for is health screenings. Health screenings meaning blood pressure, your BMI, which is body mass, your A1C check. So I highly recommend churches. A lot of churches do those health events just to get us out there. I think that would be a great, especially in this community, so at least they know where we are. So I'm over the events as well, so I would prefer at least 4 to 6 week notice. But sometimes people give it to me in 2 or 3 weeks if the time is available and depending on what you're asking for. Sure. Yes,
Would
ma'am.
that be also considered that, have the Centera dental come through?
So-
Because
so-
I know that they had that 1330 days ago, and I didn't know if it was ready.
I would have to ask their program how that would work. Again, we do partnerships, so because our program is pertaining to the community, I would have to ask them how would that work. Could you guys come here? Certainly, I can bring that information the next time and see what we can do.
And when did you say that
Mobile's here.
yeah,
It's on Mondays from 3 to 5:30.
just Monday night?
Just Mondays.
Okay.
Now, I will say, if we get an influx of patients and we start seeing a lot more patients on Mondays, then we can come to a different day or even expand the hours.
So this is all screening. That's all screening. Cancer screening.
So this is the cancer screening. So what would happen? So if you went on the mobile and you wanted to be screened, or the provider think that you needed to be screening for a certain type of cancer, that would be an order. So you'll probably have to visit a local hospital or facility to get those done. That's not something that we do on the mobile, but we do blood draws on the mobile.
With the screening,
They prefer you to go to,
Sure, they will give you those medical advice. I don't want to give you any medical advice. I'm not clinical at all. But yes, they will send you guys out to the appropriate facilities. Yes, yes, sir.
There is a church partnership with blood pressure.
Okay.
And they're doing the blood pressure, but we're not the only one. I think that needs to, maybe do the minister conference.
I think so. I think so. Was there any other questions?
Okay, what I had was, civic insurance, like, Humana, is that one of the?
So the Medicaid product, so as long as it's not Magellan, we cannot see Magellan. I'll say that. That is, Magellan is one of the popular Medicaid products that they give, but we can't take it. And I'm not at liberty to discuss how you can change it. We can't tell you which plan to get, none of that. All I can tell you is that we do take Medicaid, we just can't take Magellan. And no Medicaid.
No, I didn't say Magellan, I said Humana.
So if yes, Humana is part of Medicaid, we do take those. We take all Medicaid except for Magellan.
any more questions?
Well, let's give her a great big hand. Very good. In fact, let's give all our facilities a big hand. At this time, we're going to move right along to our announcement here. I did want to say this on your behalf. The Independent Citizens Review Board is having, in which is, without lack of a better word, it's like watchdog on the police, and what they do is a board that, you may have a shooting or something, and this is the group that go along with the police, or in conjunction with their report, they make their own findings, bring it back. They're going to be at Jerusalem on the 20th, and that entire board will be there. And it starts at 6:30 in their annex over at New Jerusalem. Okay, and Mount Olive is here. Mount Olive. She's coming with Mount Olive. Yes, sir.
Sorry, I was calling the last minute. Reverend Jason Knight had called me asking if I would come and speak here at this point. I came all the way from Norfolk, but I love my Olive Church. And I was at a board meeting. And I was at my board meeting when he called in Norfolk. I'm with the Civic League there. What he wants us to let you all know about is our Judah Praise that's coming up on May 25th, and it's going to be at the Virginia. The Judah Praise concert and our new people that's going to be there is the Virginia Airs. It's going to be there on the program. It's going to be Saturday, May 25th at 6 p.m. at the Virginia Beach Community Chapel off of Laskin Road. So, and the tickets are $30. So if you all would like to come and have a good time, you can come there. And the next one is we're planning our 130th church anniversary. And it's going to be June 22nd at 5 p.m. And it's going to be at the Wyndham Oceanfront, 5700 Atlantic Avenue. The tickets are $75 if you'd like to go donation. You're going to have Dr. Melvin Cotton Jr. from Mount Carmel Missionary Baptist Church in Portsmouth, Virginia. You can also purchase a journal advertisement, full page, $125, half page, $75, and 1/4 page, $50. Patrons list. You can contact the church at 757-422-3797. We have sent out letters to all the different churches, all the city, the mayor, and all the city and everything. And we are getting information back from them. So if you all like to purchase a ticket, just call 422-3797.
We'll see you after the meeting.
Or see me after the meeting. We would love to have you all there. Because Mount Olive is an old church, 130 years. And Martin Luther King came through there. So we just want to make sure that you all enjoy that, okay?
What is the deadline for the ad?
The deadline is June 6th. June 6th. And we have committees that have tickets, so if you would like to purchase a ticket, just let us know.
It is an email address.
Oh,
Email the ad.
yes, I forgot. Thank you. That's nice of my church.
Was it any kind of discount for the whole thing? Or,
What?
I mean, for the banquet.
So you want like a whole table at the banquet?
Yeah.
I think it's 8 to a table, so it's $75 for each person. And some of the churches have already purchased some. You can also pay by credit and check, money order, and cash. And you can use Cash App if you want to it. $757 MOB or giftbutter.com/MOBC if you want to purchase.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I wasn't really on the program, but my concern is our youth. We love our children. We always hear about the gun shooting, the children with guns, but believe me, there are a lot of great kids. So we have 3 youth that took tonight to come to our Civic League. So I think first thing we should give them a clap. When we look at Seatack, I always want to tell people about Seatack. We have lawyers, we have doctors, we have children that has done very, very well. And if we don't stick with our children, who else is going to stick with them? We have to promote them because our kids are smart kids, our kids are beautiful, they're educated, and they can go wherever they want to. And I've learned that when they're great in school, just like your daughter just graduated, when they're good in school, they can become, again, doctors, lawyers, anything they want to. But we need to stand behind them, and we need to support them. So we have 3 young, beautiful girls. I'm going to ask them to come up, tell their name, and just a little bit what you do in school, because we are certainly proud of you. We are getting older. We are getting older, and I really want to see them take our place. So the first one I'm going to call is my granddaughter. I'm putting her on the spot. Tamia. She didn't know she would be up here because she would want to be all dressed and everything. So come on up here with Grandma, darling.
Now, I'm going to tell just a little bit, but Tamia, she goes to Ocean Lakes.
Yeah.
And please tell what you do in school.
Hi, I'm Tamia. I go to Ocean Lakes and I'm a sophomore. I write for the newspaper, which is like write articles about like local stuff going on. You can go on the website and check out some of my articles if you want afterwards. I also play soccer and volleyball. Soccer at school, volleyball outside of school at the sports center over there, and then soccer at Ocean Lakes. I'm in a few clubs, like there's Dolphin Dash, and that's all I can really think about right now.
Great. I'm so proud of her. Yeah, we have to keep our kids busy. Keep them busy. Once again, like her writing the paper, when I read the article, I was like, whoa, my grandbaby wrote that? I couldn't believe it. Come on up, darling. This is Mariah. She is the best cheerleader that Ocean Lakes had. So give a little bit.
Okay, my name is Mariah. I go to Ocean Lakes and I'm a cheerleader. Sometimes I help out with Miss T with the special kids, and yeah. That's it.
And Miss Kennedy, I believe she goes to Ocean Lakes also.
I'm Kennedy. I'm 16. I go to Ocean Lakes, and I also help out Miss T with the special education children.
Neither one of the three girls knew they would be coming up to the mic. Neither. It was a surprise. So I am so proud of them. We have to keep promoting our kids. We have to keep encouraging them. And next month, we'll see more.
Participation, usually my two ladies are already filled out their application. And right, but it looks good on your academic resume if you're applying for college. You fill out your academic resume.
Good evening. I am bringing you some information for your youth. Our, I already introduced myself, but I will get Chester Mangum. You know what? Okay. Our fine sheriff, Rocky Holcomb, is doing the red, white, and blue youth fishing experience. I have applications. They get to go deep sea fishing. They can keep what they catch. They can throw it back. They measure. They win prizes. We give them breakfast. We give them lunch before they leave. They come back and we give them dinner. So this is a good opportunity for our kids to go out deep sea fishing. I've got applications right here. If you want to go as a chaperone, you can do that too. If you want to volunteer to help serve food and wrap hot dogs and hamburgers, I will be glad to have you to help me in the kitchen. Since I don't go out in the water, I just kind of stay back and fix the food. So they do give them that. I have applications. Please bring these children, because if we don't use this, they're going to take it away from us. It is, I'm going to give you the application. I got to have it back. So our president will be in the office Tuesdays through Thursdays. If you bring it back to him, I have to have this form back by June 3rd. June 3rd. So if you want to go deep sea fishing, you can go. So I have, you're gonna, when you pick this up, you're gonna get two forms. For the actual fishing, it is going to be July, okay, you're gonna have to read it yourself. I know it's in July. Okay? But I gotta have it back no later than June 3rd, because if the spots fill up, you don't get a spot. But I want our kids to go. So it's two. It's two forms up here. Permission and this other one. Okay, thank you. Only 2 minutes. Make an announcement. Is it okay? Can I make an announcement? Is it okay? It is open for announcement. Okay. I want to take on. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sharon Felton, your former school board member for the city of Virginia Beach. I just had to say into your hearing that literacy can be used as a weapon. I had the opportunity to go to Norfolk State last Thursday, 2 Thursdays ago, listen to speakers about children reading. And reading is a civil rights. But I want you to know that the city of Virginia Beach students outrank all of the other divisions in Virginia. We did well. We are the only division that has implemented new things, new resources, new teachers for reading for our students. But that is not good enough. I want to get up there to that in those 90 percentiles. So this some of you all know Miss Star Armstrong. She's been here. She's given her presentation and showing her books, and she have books that actually really reflect who our students and our community want to be. So that's all of our community. So in July 8th, beginning the 8th, she will be having a literacy academy. I have the application on my phone. I was with her, and I would just like for all you parents, your grandparents, uncles, and everyone, if you want your children to read more, please contact me. My number is 757-581-6805, or you can go to my website, Sharon Felton for BB Schools. Go to my website, look me up, and give me a call. And I am running for the school board for the city of Virginia Beach. Thank you.
Quick follow-up from the red, white, and blue fishing experience. The date of the event is going to be Wednesday, 17 July, 2024. And that's it. Thank you.
And we leave it from Leah. They'll bust you from Leah.
In talking about the literacy, I just want to say, Annette Newborn from Remote Baptist Church is offering a reading program called The Knowledge Kids, starting June 24th, going through August 9th. So it's Monday through Friday, and ages 6 through 12. So if you're trying to get your younger kids interested in reading, she's going to be doing that program at the Remote Baptist Church. And so you can reach out to the church if you need more information.
Thank you very much. There's two things I want to say before we dismiss. Devon Holloway and listen, we all stand up. Let's really empower the youth in our community. And I did want to say, Mr. Bunny Johnson, will you stand? Robert Johnson, let's give him a hand. Thank you for coming out. And donations or anything you have put over in our campaign. And membership is open. Everybody that's a member of the CCD, will you raise your hand? All right. Everybody that's not a member, will you join in? It's only $15. Oh, baby. Okay. You have forms up here. Secretary will take you in. Okay. And I did want to say that we lost one of the sons of this community. They will be paralyzed who's Friday, St. Stephen's Church at 12 p.m. He's a lifelong son of this community. He's related to the Spellman and the Bridges. And pretty big family. Sonny got his hand.
I got a question for y'all. I know a lot of church members. We'll get back next one time. So the hashtag before I forget to tell my home. Y'all churches, 4 churches in the community. I'm on Double Mount Island. Also go to a church out in this. We have a large community. We got 4 churches in this area, which is Hope, New Jerusalem, and Stevenson, Mount Island. They're 4 major churches. When I went to Mount Island, they always had a back to school drive. It was held at Mount Island. We got one held at New Jerusalem. All y'all church leaders, please get together. I will help on that day. When I say help, because he's still here. I will get together. We can all get together and have one big back to school drive. Unified. And just bring it up for blocked off. The newsroom have the big one, they have the car show. Okay, we had the car show from there, we get some ideas from the newsroom. We hope all the preachers get together, have one big event, one day for Atlantis, put the flag out of Atlantis, Windshield, Old Road, it's like a whole bunch of fun. And Seatack Park, we're looking for the spots. Get the stage out from the community center, the bands come out, do one big thing, and be over with. At least we can get everybody in the community back.
Oh, let's give him a big hand for that. That's spoken right there on my app right there. Yes. Yes. That's why that ingress is so important. That's why that ingress is so important.
Mr. Owens, I like your idea, and the elected official, I will back you for donating it as well. Put it on our media. If I ain't here. Okay.
I'm talking to the church.
As an elected official, I want to be part of that.
Okay.
So you know we're all working together.
All right.
You got my.
Okay.
Right. Well, for the TV clock, they used to say, when I was out there, they said, you don't have to go home. You got to be here. Look, our refreshments tonight complimented of Elder Daniel Shaw. So we enjoyed yourself, but we want to hear from the chaplain. Give us our final recommendation. Just stay around here, but they eat your food, but we'll.
We'd like to thank everyone for coming out on tonight. Father God, we thank you for this day. Most of all, we thank you for life and one more day to be in your presence. We thank you for all the wealth of knowledge that we receive concerning our community. Help us to be good stewards as we put these ideas forward. And as we leave this place to go to our several homes, give us traveling mercy. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.